Hello, welcome to Mottisfont. This is our beautiful rose garden and it's really special because we have the national collection of pre-1900 shrub roses, so the old-fashioned roses that just flower once but have amazing fragrance. We wanted to make this film today so that we could share the rose garden with all of our members. We know that we have to restrict numbers at the moment to keep everything safe, so we just wanted to share as many as possible with you so you have a sense and then you can come back next year and enjoy it. We have more than 450 different types of rose in this garden and more than 2,000 individual rose plants. But I'd like to focus on just a few today. I want to share with you some of my favourites. We're by a really special rose now. This is one of the oldest roses that we have here in Mottisfont. This is Rosa gallica officinalis. This is the apothecary's rose. So it's one of the medieval roses, one of the roses that came back from the Crusades and which was used by people for particularly its medicinal qualities. The rose hips, of course, have all sorts of great vitamins and things that are good for us. It's one of the roses that also causes our visitors to question why we don't remove the spent blooms or dead head. Well, this is one of the old roses, so it won't reflower if you take the spent blooms away, and that'll stop the hips from forming. So we actually like the hips because they're very pretty in their own right, but also they're great for wildlife. One of the really special things about our garden is that it is full of fragrance. You walk in on a warm day and it just envelops you. And we're standing next to one of the lovely scented roses. This is Comte de Chambord. It's a really great rose because it's nice and compact, so it works very well in small gardens, but it combines that fragrance with a repeat flowering habit. This is because the rose growers in the 18th century crossed the medieval roses that they'd always worked with China roses, and these, left to their own devices in their natural environment, will flower all summer long, and they created the repeat flowers. Great for us and our gardens, but also this was the thing that meant that the old-fashioned roses fell out of favour, because who wanted one rose that would just flower once when you could have one that would flower all summer long? This is a rose that we always suggest to people who don't like prickles or the thorns that you get on roses, because some gardeners really find that quite difficult to deal with. This is Lykkefund. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, it's a Danish name, but it means lucky find, and the lucky find about this is that it has no prickles, so the stems are completely smooth and you can garden away without ever once getting scratched. It's also great for bees. The bees absolutely love this, so it's a wonderful thing to put in your garden. The rose garden here was the idea of Graham Stewart Thomas, a plantsman and collector who was also a National Trust Gardens advisor in the 60s and 70s. And he wanted to find a home for his personal collection of old-fashioned roses. He had brought this collection together over many years of looking for them in hidden corners of stately home gardens and finding roses and then comparing them with the old rose books and identifying them again. He wanted somewhere where this collection could grow and thrive, and actually it was the gardeners here at Mottisfont who worked out how to look after them, how to make it so that they would carry on growing, and we still propagate from those roses today. I love this space. This is our potting shed and it's tiny, very well organised, and this is the nerve centre really for all of the care that goes on in the gardens. This is where we do our propagating, which is a hugely important part of looking after our national collection, but also all of the planning for the pruning and the different activities that go on here. Looking after our roses is a constant task, and actually there are all sorts of little things that people worry about that we can share our tips on how we do it. We don't actually use fungicides at all or insecticides. We use our own homemade compost to give the plants really good mulch. That will actually help you to fight off pests, because if you've got great mulch you will get a fantastically healthy plant that will be a lot stronger. And where we see things like black spot or rust, we literally just pick off the leaves and then throw them away in your rubbish. Don't put them in your compost, just take them off and throw them away. And if you get something like black spot and it carries on, it's okay, it will be fine the next year. It's just a normal part of having certain types of rose. I hope you've enjoyed that little glimpse into the rose garden here at Mottisfont. Ongoing care of gardens like this all across the Trust is of course only possible because of the fantastic help that you give us, our members, supporters and visitors. We need your help more than ever now. Thank you so much.